Hi everyone, sorry for the lack of light. The sky's gone and done a weird dystopian apocalypse thing. Apparently it's something to do with Portugal's forest fires and the dust coming over on the storm Ophelia's winds, they claim. Anyway, the sun's like a red ball out there at the moment. It's very, very odd, but it's really affecting the light in the house, so sorry. Anyway, today I want to do a book tag. It's been a while since I've done one, so I was sort of humming and ahhing what to do. And the one I keep seeing popping up on Booktube at the moment is the It's Finally Fall book tag. So I had a quick search and I came across the questions on Reader Rayanne, her site. I'll leave the link for that down below. And it was originally created by Tall Tales on Booktube. So I'll try and find that for you and leave that link as well. But it's effectively a group of 10 questions that are all fall or autumn for those of you here in the UK. As much as fall really does express the season, we call it autumn. Sorry, boring like that. But it's 10 questions that reflect the season. So starting off with question 1. In fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. There's quite a few I could have picked for this, but I've gone for The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, just because it's a sci-fi book for starters, and it's not the clean, sophisticated, streamlined look of Star Trek, and it's not the grunge, dirty look of Star Wars. It does have its own feel to it, and it's beautifully described, and you really feel at home in the ship, the Wayfarer. So I've picked that book. Question 2 is Nature is Beautiful but Dying, because obviously things are now going to sleep for winter. So pick a book that is lovely but deals with a heavy topic. Now, I'm sure most people would pick things like John Green and all those kind of books, but I don't do contemporary and all that kind of stuff. So I find my heavy topics in the fantasy world. This is Soul Music by Terry Pratchett, part of the Discworld collection. Soul Music is one of the books from the Death series, so needless to say this deals with death, with a capital D as well as a small d, and how people cope with death and loss, and even when you know things, how things get changed. So I've picked Soul Music, but you could have picked any books from the Death series like Reaper Man or Mort, which is also very good. And they've got dark humour in them, and that's a great way to balance off the heavy elements. Question 3 is the good old school question. It's back to school term, because obviously we've had our summer holidays. I mean, my lad's been back at school 7 weeks now, which is a drag. It really is. I can't stand getting up in the morning. But anyway, fall is back to school, so it's a non-fiction book that taught you something new. Most of my non-fiction books are either book or TV related. I've got quite a few on space, and obviously we've got the Blue Planet and Planet Earth, all those kind of BBC big format books, which are lovely. But I've picked up the National Trust collection of brochures that they do. They're actually very well structured, decent quality non-fiction books in their own right. So I've got one on Fort George, an excellent one on Culloden. If you go there, do pick this up. One on Killiecrankie, and there's one on the Jacobites. What I do like about the National Trust books is they are non-biased, they're ever so balanced, they present things from both sides, and everything is very tastefully done. It's explained very clearly, because, you know, history is a mess. It is a garble of information and opinions, and obviously things get changed depending on who's won and who lost. And so the National Trust try really well to present history in a format that we can understand, but without actually brushing over details. It's all given to us, which I really like. Question 4 is a season for spending time with people we love. So pick a family, a household, or a group of friends that you'd like to be part of. I had a couple of choices with this. I nearly picked the Expanse group of shipmates, because they're just a barrel of laughs, but life is a bit heavy and it'd be nice to actually see them in more fun moments. So I've gone for the Ketty J crew. This is Black Lung Captain. These are written by Chris Wooding. It's only a quartet. If you haven't read this series, please go and read the series. It starts with Retribution Falls. But the crew of the KTJ are an off-ball group of people who really shouldn't get on, but they do. And they have moments of major peril, but they also have moments of great fun. And I really enjoy reading about them. Question 5 is, we have colourful leaves this time of the year, so share a spineful of colourful autumn colours. Here's my autumn colours. I've gone for the reds and the golds because we're getting a lot of them at the moment. Question 6 is storytelling by the fire. So for this one, I need a book where someone is telling the story within the story. It's pretty easy in this house because we've got all the Redwall books. I've picked up Salamanderstrom. These are by Brian Jacks. They all, well, pretty much all of them start with somebody telling the story. These stories are events that are passed down throughout the history of Redwall. So somebody knows about him. And this is the really obvious one because we start with Once Upon a Time, which I really loved. Question 7 is because we have darker nights or days, depending on what the sun's doing. This one is a creepy book. I don't really do creepy books because they are creepy and I don't do creepy. But my husband read to me most of this one. This is Star Wars Red Harvest by Joe Schreiber. It's Star Wars meets zombies. And my God, it's actually pretty freaky in places. So that's the one I'm going to go with. If you've not read a Star Wars book and you quite like zombies, may I suggest this one? Question 8 is obviously we have colder days because it's getting closer to winter now. So for this one, it's a short, heartwarming read. I've picked up this tome, I know, but this is 7 Stones to Stand or Fall, which is a collection of short stories from the Outlander world, written by Diana Gabaldon. I would probably always pick something like A Leaf on the Wind at All Hallows, because it's a beautifully told story with an emotional punch at the end, but it just kind of leaves you slightly warm and slightly broken at the same time. Question 9 is fall always returns. We get this every year. So this is a old favourite that you want to get round to reading pretty soon. Now I could turn around and say, well, I want to reread all the Sherlock Holmes stories again because they are my favourites and I do know them really, really well. But unfortunately, I've got so many books I kind of need to read at the moment. I've got a huge pile of library books. I've got quite a pile of new books that I've been bought. And I'm getting behind. But I'd have to say, I would, if I can, I want to try and squeeze in Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. I haven't read this since I was 11. And I remember loving it to pieces. I mean, this is the movie tie-in cover. From the Canadian series, which I fell in love with so much as a kid. But if I get a chance, I might try and squeeze that in. But like I said, I've got so many books I need to read, so there's no promises there. And then finally, question 10 is, obviously we have cosy reading nights. You know, it's getting darker, we draw the curtains earlier. So we have the question, what are your favourite cosy read accessories? I like reading in my dressing gown. There's nothing more snuggly than my furry dressing gown. And if it's really cold, I have to put these on. These are my woolly booties. I made these myself. And my gosh, do they keep me warm? So yeah, there you go. So there's my cozy reads. If you'd like to do this tag, please leave a link down below to your video or your blog and I'll go and check it out for you. That would be lovely. I will leave the link to the book blog that I found this on in the description box. Also this video, I'm leaving a link to Miss Bookish Nerd, her blog. It's recently started up, so it's still in the growing stage, but I really like the quirky layout. But there's book reviews and book unboxings on there, so please go and check her out and give her a bit of love. If you'd like me to feature your book blog, please let me know the link. You know, send me a comment or something with it in, and I'll go check it out and link you in another video. All my social media links are in the description box down below. You can find me on Goodreads, Twitter and Instagram. I'm currently doing the Uncritical October Bookstagram challenge, which is great fun. Please go and check out my hashtag Uncritical October pictures, because I'm having huge fun with the different fandoms. Today was Sherlock, which, yeah, I kind of went overboard on that one, but there we go. Thank you very much for watching as always. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever. It would be nice to know you're out there watching me. And as always, happy reading, people. Bye.